So from here, once you click on a Pong starter, go to remix. So in here, inside of this studio, what one of the first things we're going to do is that we're going to change the background. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do, change the background. So to change the background, you see here you have some code, and this code here, changes what the ball does. This code is only for the ball, and this ball here, this is called a sprite. We also have a paddle sprite, and the paddle sprite has this code, right? So each one of these components has code, it has costumes, and it has sounds. Like right now, like the sound that the ball has, this water drop sound. And then in addition to these two, these are called sprites. In addition to the sprites, we also have a stage, and I want you guys to go to the stage first. And on the stage, we're gonna change the backdrop. So to change the backdrop, we have 3 tabs here. The first tab is the code tab. The stage doesn't have any code, but backdrops, it does have backdrops. So here, this is the backdrop that the game comes with. You also have this other backdrop, but I want you to choose a backdrop from the library of backdrops that's in the website. So you come down here and you choose the magnifying glass, and here you can search for a backdrop that that kind of gets your attention. Say I choose this backdrop, and the backdrop comes up like instantly. Only one thing happens, that the previous backdrop has this red line, and this red line has a function. And with the function of that red line is that when the ball touches the red line, the game kind of stops. But when you choose a new backdrop, it doesn't have that red line, so the game never stops. So what we need to do is that we need to put a red line down there so that the game recognizes that, hey, there's a red line, and part of the code that's in the ball is that it reacts to the red line and it stops. So that red line, there's a plain red line backdrop here. You select it, you copy it, you go to the backdrop you chose, and then you paste it. And now your game has a red line, and notice that the game stops when the ball touches the red line. So the next thing we have to do is change the ball. So to change the ball, I'm going to choose, so right now we're on the stage, so I have to go back to the ball sprite. And if you're not on the costumes tab, if you're on the code tab, you can select costumes tab. And we have these 3 balls to choose from. And when you select them, like the ball changes like instantly. There's also more balls that I would prefer you choose one from the library of costumes that are in the website. So you hover down here, you go to the magnifying glass, and you can choose any of these. These are all sprites. You can choose any of these things to act as this ball that bounces around. If you wanted to, you could narrow it down by a specific category. You can select like sports, and then you can see all of the sprites that have to do with sports. So for example, let's say I choose this basketball. So now I have a basketball as my and so then after you have changed the ball, the third thing I want you to do is to increase or decrease the ball speed. So to increase or decrease the ball speed, you have to be on the ball sprite, and to do that, we're going to change the code. There's already some code for that. We're just going to change it. So right here, you have these are called scripts. This little group here, this is called the script. This is another script. There's another script. So we have 3 scripts, and each one of these scripts makes the ball kind of like do something. So this script here, this first script, this is the script that tells the ball to move around. For example, it says when the green flag is clicked, it says go to this position, this X and Y position, point in the direction of 45 degrees, and then it has this forever loop. It says move 15 steps, and if it's on the edge, bounce. So this is the thing that tells the ball to move. So to change the speed, you're going to change this number in there. If you want to increase the speed, you put a bigger number. If you want to decrease the speed, you put a smaller number. I'm going to put a smaller number. I'm going to decrease the speed. And you can see that now the ball moves a little bit slower, or a lot slower. So the fourth thing I want us to do is to change the sound when the ball touches the paddle. So to do that, so this first script tells the ball to move around. This second script is the code that tells the ball what to do when it touches the paddle. So right now it says if touching paddle, it says start this sound, and then it says pick a random, it says turn around, and pick a random position between 160 and 200 degrees, and then move 15 steps. So this code tells the ball, this is the thing that makes the ball bounce off of the paddle, and it also makes this water drop sound. So to change, we're going to change this water drop sound. So first, we're going to go to the sounds tab. We're going to search for a new sound using the library of sounds. And if you hover over these things, you don't even have to click on them. It'll make the sound. And these are a lot of sounds. You can narrow them down by choosing a specific category. I'm going to go with effects. And here, since I have a basketball, I'm going to choose basketball. So if I like this sound, I just click it, and now it's inside of my project. So once it's inside my project, I can go back to the code, and now if I select on this drop down menu, I can see the sound that I selected, basketball bounce, and I click on that and I can test it out, and there it is. And then the last step is to add music. So as I'm playing the game, I want there to be music playing in the background. And to do that, we're going to create a script from scratch. So to create a script, we're going to create it here. Okay. So to create a script, I'm going to start off by using this block of code. When green flag is clicked, I want for there to be a sound, and I'm going to put this inside of a forever loop because I want this to just happen continuously. But before I add anything else, I'm going to go to the sounds. I'm going to find a theme song that I like, choose sound. I'm going to look for that song in loops because these are continuous sounds. I'm going to just choose this one. So now I have this sound. I'm going to go back to the code. I'm going to choose, and here all of these blocks are broken down by categories. So the sound blocks are these purple ones or violet color. So I'm going to use this one, play this sound until done. And I'm going to test it out, see if it works. Let's see. And it already has the dance funky sound already. So and let's see if it, and it actually stops when it touches the red line. So those are the 5 things that I want you guys to work on. So after you have done all of those changes, I want you to change the name here. Keep the Pong starter and just name it part 1. And then I need you to share project. And when you share the project, you're going to be on this page, and there's 2 things I want you to do. I want you to add it to a studio. So I created some studios. You guys, I have many studios because I have many classes, but on your end you should only have these 2 studios. So add it to Pong Starter Part 1. So do that and then select OK. And then after you've added it to the studio, I want you to copy a link. Copy the link to this game. Copy this link, and in that link that you copied, I want you to add it to the Google Classroom assignment for Monday. So you would have to select View Assignment, and then on the top right corner, where you see the button to mark as done, there should be something that says Add an Attachment. Select that, and then you select Add a Link, and you paste the link there, the link that you just copied from here.